Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of TGH. However, you may be tuning in, whichever device you are currently using to join us in today's episode. Want to go on ahead and thank you very much and let you know that I appreciate you taking time out of your day to go on ahead and listen to us. So today we're going to be talking about battle rap. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge battle rap fan. I am heavily in the community, the culture, everything they got going on. Absolutely love it, love the art of it, love the sport of it. I've been following it for a very long time, and it is something that I pretty much listen to daily. Like every single, I wouldn't say I watch a full battle daily, but I check out interviews, and there's usually something I'm checking up battle rap related every single day. And a lot of times I'll go on ahead and I'll listen to like best bars or like very long YouTube videos. I'll end up putting that on and listen to that as I go to sleep. But coming up in August, we have potentially what I would like to think has the possibility to be the greatest month in the history of battle rap, all caused by the two events that we have in August. On August 11th, we have Summer Madness 7. Now, Summer Madness 7 looks like it's going to be a big event, but I am more looking forward to the event following that, which is the Rare Breeds cards. Now, I don't believe they have a name for it, like a title. Pretty much, I believe they're calling it like the Moot card. But Rare Breeds Entertainment is having a card on August 18th, and the card looks disgusting. It looks amazing. It looks incredible. And I apologize if you hear some loud AC in the background, but listen, it's hot out in these streets. It's summertime. It's hot. I swore I went to Walgreens the other day. I seen the devil standing in line with a bag of ice and 2 ice cream cones. I cannot tell a lie. It's hot in these streets, man. It's hot. I got to be able to keep cool, man. I'm not damn well faint. If I turn the AC off, I'm immediately sweating like Shaq at the free throw line. I'm going to be passing out. I'm going to be dehydrated. It's too hot in these damn streets, man. I can't go on ahead and just be out here just all perspiring. I got to stay cool, man, so I can provide these videos, man. But anyways, man, let's break down the two cards that are coming up. Now, I went ahead and purchased the pay-per-view for the Rare Breeds card the moment it was available. As soon as they announced that the return of Murder Mook was coming and the pay-per-views was available, let me go on ahead and take a sip of what it is I'm sipping on my end. And let me go ahead and take a sip of this bubbly. And when I say bubbly, you know what I mean. You know that it's Coke. All right, mind your business. Go ahead and take a sip of that. And once they announced the return, I was all in. I was all in. Copped my pay-per-view immediately. Copped it like a month and a half ago. And I've been waiting for this day to come up closer, which is August 18th. Now, I was hearing a lot of rumors on both cards. On URL, I was hearing the possibility of Cassidy and Suge, like they're gonna come out with something crazy. On Rare Breed side, I was hearing the possibility of Iron Solomon versus Jay Mills, which would have been crazy. If Jay Mills were to come through on that card versus Iron Solomon. And supposedly, there's rumors that he backed out the last moment. For those of you who do keep up with battle rap and have been watching the trailers and have been watching the Rare Breeds skits and everything that they've been putting out, because they said that this battle with Iron Solomon, it makes sense. Like when you think about it, the battle makes sense. In the trailer for Iron Solomon, at the end, they had the bars when he was facing, I believe it was Ines, right? When he was going in and talking about, he dropped Jay Mills and Mook's name at the very end to end his bars, and that's why I was thinking like it could have been Jay Mills. That's why it quote unquote made sense, because he threw Jay Mills' name out there and apparently he backed up. But Rare Breeds, ARP went ahead and denied that, saying, you know, people are making rumors like where do y'all hear that from? He's been talking to Jay Mills, and you know, potentially he might get him back. But anyways, let's talk about the impact of Murder Mook returning. Now, a lot of people, surprisingly, I'm like one of the few that don't think Murder Mook is like the GOAT, which I do. I believe he's the greatest battle rapper of all time. I believe when you mention battle rap, I believe when you think about their stars and their Mount Rushmore of battle rap, I believe Murder Mook has a huge impact. He was the first one to really get me going into battle rap. When I first discovered, the very first battle I've ever heard was Murder Mook and Jay Mills. I heard that battle, and I was listening to Murder Mook. I was like, yo, Murder Mook is pretty nice. Like, I knew who Jay Mills was at the time. Didn't know who Murder Mook was. No idea who he was. Just stumbled upon this battle, and it wasn't like somebody put me on like, yo, like this rap battle, Mills got a battle versus Mook and all that. Just somehow stumbled upon it, listened to it, because I love metaphors and things like that. Love double entendres. I love like bars that go in. Love lyrics. Like, some of my favorite rappers of all time include Joe Budden and Ransom. You guys might not know Ransom, but he's an underground rapper from Jersey. And coming up, I used to listen to Ransom's mixtapes all the time. Back when he was with the A-Team, with him and Hitchcock, and they had a disgusting duo. And Joe Budden, a lot of people don't give him credit. A lot of people don't give him respect. But Joe Budden's pen game is disgusting. Like, Joe Budden is disgusting when it comes to really writing raps and really getting into metaphors, you know, things that you got to break down and really listen to and have double meanings, and things that you hear, your face scrunch up, you got to run that back, heavy into Jadakiss and big punchers like that, you know, Lloyd Banks back in the day and whatnot. So I first discovered that battle with Murder Mook and Jay Mills, and then I just started going searching, right? Who else can I find? You know, Jay Mills don't battle, right? And if he did, it wasn't on cam. So start searching more for Murder Mook, and then you find him versus Party Yardy, you find him versus a kid named Weeze, you find him versus Young Hot. Woo! And that battle versus Young Hot, my lord, did he go in? And then you start going, and then you start finding out more people. You know, the Sirius Jones, Iron Solomons. You know, there was no like Charlie Clips back then. Jin. You know, Fight Club videos and all that back then, and just start getting into it. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know this like existed. Like, yeah, there was like maybe like an old battle of people like you didn't really know, but to know that there's leagues facing these people off and they go round for round, like, this is dope. Like, didn't even know this existed. So the more I started listening to Mook, the more I started getting into him, and the more I just started listening to his bars, and the more I was just like, yo, this kid is really, 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 really good. Like, he's amazing. So he became my favorite. Everybody that's into battle rap, they may have a favorite or whatnot, but he's mine, right? So the last battle he had was on Total Slaughter versus the one and only Beloved, and it was a win for Murder Mook. But Murder Mook doesn't battle often. Right, that's the only thing. Well, that's not the only thing, but that's the first criticism against him, that he doesn't battle often. He battles once every so many years. He hasn't really battled anybody new. He doesn't get in the ring a lot, and the reason for that is financial, right? The money situation. That's the big reason why they're not in there. Why he's not in there battling often. He made it very, very, very clear that, you know, he wants a lot of paper for him to go on ahead and, you know, get in that ring. And a lot of people don't give him credit for what people are being paid for today. You know, he broke down the barriers, the walls for battle rappers to get paid. With, I would like to think he was the front runner, the leader in what people are getting paid today. Because there's, you know, interviews of, I think DNA said, for Summer Madness 2, when he battled Enes, I think he said he got like 1,000 in an interview. And I think Charlie Clips had said when he battled Sirius Jones, he got like 4 that day or something like that. And then, you know, Mook went ahead and said he got like 20, you know, you take your half and you take, you know, his half when he was talking to Iron Solomon. That's exactly what I got, $20,000, saying that, you know, Solomon probably got 10 and, you know, all that other stuff. But now battle rappers are getting a lot. They're getting a lot, and rightfully so, right? Because now they're doing pay-per-views, and those numbers could be, you know, through the roof. And, you know, like he was on an interview with Queen's Flip, saying that, you know, people back then couldn't even believe they were getting $2,000 to $5,000 for a few, you know, for 9 minutes of work, 3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. I'm going ahead and get like 4,000 or 5,000, 5 racks for 9 minutes of work. Like, that was unheard of. Like, nobody even thought they would get to that point. But then they got to that point, and then the culture started growing more. And Mook was like, "Hold on, man, I'm gonna need a bigger slice of this pie, man. If we're bringing out sold out venues at $100 plus a ticket, and then you throw a pay-per-view up and you get thousands of people to purchase that, we're gonna need some more bread, man. You can't sit here and tell me that you're gonna offer me 5 when I know the taken from the door alone." You know, there's a venue that hold 1,000 people, and you're charging $100 a ticket, and that's being filled out. And then, you know, you got, you know, the YouTube revenue coming in, the videos from all that, which you can't really expect, because Smack had an interview talking about that, which he is correct. You know, not one big battle is going to bring in monetarily a huge amount from YouTube. You got to have a catalog to go on ahead and really be successful on YouTube when it comes to battle rap. You know, you're not going to make a ton off one battle, but it's you having 70 battles on there that are people checking every single day that's really going to amount to you making some money. But still, you're still making money off of that. You're still making money. Now they're doing pay-per-views more consistently and whatnot. But that's why he's been away for a while. But every single week or so, I'll go on ahead and I'll check up, you know, Murder Mook news. I'll go on ahead and I'll search on YouTube Murder Mook, and I'll go on ahead and I would put the filter for it to be today or this week, because, you know, he's my favorite battle rapper. So I would check up on if he had any interviews out there, or if he had any type of you know, anything going through. And you know, a lot of interviews, a lot of people want to ask him, when you coming back, when you coming back? And he always said the same thing, you know, the money's right, I'm in there, man. And ARP went ahead and with confidence, with swag, said, you know, people have been trying to get him for 4 years. It took us 4 days to get him in the ring. So, you know, salute to them. But yeah, he's back. I'm really super excited about that. He's facing Averb in the main event on August 18th. Summer Madness 7. Now we could talk about the cards. So now that battle on ARP on August 18th has 8 battles. Summer Madness, I'm not sure exactly how many, the number of battles they got coming, but it's quite a bit. Their headline is Sue Surf vs. Tay-Rock. Now, in my humble opinion, Summer Madness 7 headliner doesn't even make the co-main event in Rare Breed's August 18th pay-per-view. I will be purchasing, like I said, I already got my August 18th pay-per-view. I won't be purchasing Summer Madness 7. You know, not that I can, obviously could purchase both, but already purchased. I'm full invested in August 18th. So I'm going to be going on it. But nonetheless, this is a win for the fans, right? This is exactly what the fans needed, because the biggest battle rap league is URL. They have, you know, 800,000 some odd subscribers. There's really no league that comes close to it as far as viewership when it comes to YouTube and whatnot. They completely, you know, dominate every other league out there. No other league pretty much comes close. Like, they just dominated in pretty much every aspect of it. But this is what they needed. You know, as you know, competition makes things better for everybody around, right? It makes the quality of the product better for the consumer. This is why when it comes to Madden, people want another football game out there, because it's going to force EA to make a better game, because they have to. When they're the only ones out there, they can deliver a mediocre product and know we're going to buy it because it's the only football game out there. If you want to play with Tom Brady, if you want to play with Ezekiel Elliott, if you want to play with Aaron Rodgers, you got to get Madden. It's the only game that has them. But if 2K Football were to come back and they give competition to that game, then Madden's going to have to step their game up and provide more stability, just a far better product than what they usually do, because there's competition out there. This card is going to force, URL, because some of their cards I've been watching lately, some of their battles it's been mediocre-ish. It has been. They have some battles out there that are good, but not a full-blown disgusting card. Not a full card from bottom to top that's like, oh my God, that battle, that battle, that battle, that battle, that battle, where all of them are like, sheesh. There's good battles here and there, but ARP went ahead and delivered a disgusting card, top to bottom, with a main event of one of the most anticipated battle. Whether you hate Mook, whether you don't like him, he's like the Mayweather of battle rap. Either you love him or you hate him and you want to see him lose, but at the end of the day, you want to see him. You want to see what he has to offer, and you want somebody to beat him. You want somebody to clearly dethrone him, because you don't know why they say he's the GOAT. You hate the fact that he's even up there, and you want to see him taken down. But at the end of the day, you want to see him. Whether for whatever reason, whether you want to see him because you think he's good and you want him to win, whether you want to see him because you think he's a bum and you want him to lose, at the end of the day, you want to see him. And ARP comes out of nowhere and delivers not only that battle, but a co-main event, which includes Daylight. Daylight. And I am King Los. King Los is on the card too. My Lord, where do we begin with that one? Once that battle was announced, once that trailer hit, and King Los was verified to be on the card, the community went buzzing. Rightfully so, right? Because they go on ahead and get an industry artist, and not only, your typical industry artist that may have like a hit song or something like that, like, somebody who's popularized and not really for, like the industry people that have joined up to this, like we've had Cannabis in there, we've had Joe Budden, which I think Joe Budden won. I think he won 2-1. To this day, I still don't know how people go on ahead and say he lost. Even though he put the mic down, I give that round, obviously, not for him. But the first 2 rounds, I think he won. Even though Hollow did have that Jodeci line, which was disgusting. That Jodeci line was disgusting. But I think Joe Budden won, in my opinion. But anyways, you get somebody like who's King Los, who is far beyond disgustingly lyrical. Right? I mean, the lyrical talent that man possesses is insane. It's insane. And you go on ahead and you bring him versus Daylight, and Daylight is somebody he has had bad showings in the past. Let me not go on ahead and act like he hasn't before. He has had battles where there's 2 different type of Daylights, man. There's Quill and then there's Antics. There's the guy who goes on ahead and says, things like, he gets the open hand, the closed fist, or the deuce, rock, paper, scissors. I think I messed that up. But, that line, which is, I think, in our top 15 bar of all of battle rap. That bar was disgusting. Or you got somebody who comes out in, a Spawn costume and tries to take a deuce on stage and gets removed from an event, but when Daylight actually tries and he puts and he wants to have his pen game recognized, Daylight is one of the best battlers in the game. The thing is, you don't know which one you're going to get. You never know what type of battle you're going to get from him from battle to battle. You don't know if you're going to get antics. You don't know if you're going to get bars. You don't know if you're going to get a mixture of both. You don't know if he's going to show up. You don't know if he's going to, have one really good round and then do mediocre. You don't know. But ARP had a video the other day, and he made a very good point when he's, comparing both cards. He's comparing both main events. And by the way, Summer Madness co-main event is T-Rex, who is coming out of, well, not coming out of retirement because he never retired, but we got T-Rex, who hasn't really been I can sit here and say a lot of things about T-Rex. I can sit here and say a lot of things about him. Not really looking forward to T-Rex on the card because there hasn't been a good T-Rex in my opinion since like Summer Madness 2. His battles have been really bad. Like, whew, he's been a punching bag for the last several years. But anyways, he's come back versus Reed Dollars, and if you guys know, there's a lot of turmoil between the two, saying that they battled a long time back in the day off cam. T-Rex saying he won, Reed Dollars saying he won, and it's been a battle that people have been trying to put up for quite a while, and that's the co-main event on Summer Madness 7. And when ARP was dissecting both of them, his point was, what you're gonna get when you get the best T-Rex. You know what you're gonna get when you get the worst T-Rex. We've seen them both on stage. Same goes for Reed Dollars. We've seen them both on stage. When it comes to Murder Mook, you really don't know what you're gonna get. Right? He has a lot to prove. He hasn't been battling for a while. He's finally back in the ring, and this is a big legacy moment for him. And the same goes for for King Los. You don't know what it is you're gonna get, right? And I'm interested to see, how he delivers. And I've had conversations with people that think the Tay-Rock versus Hitman Hollow battle is better than Mook and Averb. And to me, when you break both of them down, it's not close. To me, again, in my opinion, that headliner Summer Madness 7 doesn't even make the co-main event. I wouldn't watch that battle before I watch Los and Daylight. I wouldn't watch that battle before I watch Mook and Verb. And again, because I'm Murder Mook is my favorite battle rapper. But even if it wasn't for that, again, even if you hate Murder Mook, you still want to tune in. You still want to see if he has what it takes. You want to see if he's going to lose. You want to see if Verb is going to take him down. You want to see if he's, because if he has a bad showing, this could do a lot for, his legacy. This could do a lot for, his future employment of, battle rap. Let's say he has a disgustingly bad showing, and we know, not we know how much he's getting, but we know for Murder Mook to be on the card, it's going to cost a lot. He makes it very clear that he's not cheap, and it's going to cost him a lot to get there, right? People aren't going to continue wanting to put out a lot to book him if he's just going to have like a bad battle, a bad showing, or if it's boring, or if it's another Summer Madness 2 performance. Because that right there is, arguably one of the worst main events in battle rap history. Even though, I wouldn't say I enjoyed his bars, but I enjoyed his angles, how he dissected him in a different way, how he went ahead and took that battle, knowing, as he said, and I quote, you can't bully Iron Solomon. You can't go out there with gun bars and all that and think you're going to go on ahead and just bully him that way. You have to beat him a different way, because it's Iron Solomon. You just can't go in aggressive, with all this hood talk, bars, my guns do this, my guns kick back and all this. To him, you can't do that. You have to find a different way. And his angles towards him dominated him. 5-0. It was as bad as, people say Mook was. He made Iron Solomon far worse. That's how, people don't want to give Mook credit for things like that. They'll just say that and say how bad he was, but don't want to say how bad he even made Iron Solomon look. Like, he destroyed him. Even though it was an ugly 5-0, he destroyed him. Like he says, he had an interview and he was saying, like, he's not, Murder Mook isn't out there to try and, man, I forgot how he, you know, said it. Like, he doesn't want to do like mediocre towards the beginning and then win the game with like a walk-off 3-point shot. Like, that's what battle rappers want. That's what he was saying. Like, people want like a 2-1. They want like a quote-unquote classic. You know, the thing was that he won in Summer Madness 2. He destroyed Iron Solomon, but it wasn't close, which kind of made it like unentertaining to watch. But he said, you know, that's props to him and what he's able to do. Like, he doesn't want a last-second shot walk-off. If he has an opportunity to blow them out and you know, separate, you know, himself from the other battle rapper and make it look completely one-sided, that's what he's there to do. He doesn't hope that the other guy can make it close and make it a close debatable to where he has to win in walk-off fashion. No, it gets sense. It makes sense. I get it. He wants to go out there, completely dominate, and, you know, make it look like a landslide. And that's what he did in Summer Madness 2. Whether you want to give him props or not, whether you think he was garbage or not, whether you want to give him a 1 out of 10. If he's a 1 out of 10, Solomon was a negative 1 out of 10. He was terrible. And he absolutely dominated him. He dominated him. And he's finally back for the first time in years. And one thing that I don't like about battle rap is that when you're new to battle rap, right, and you really start looking and you find the biggest league and you start watching these smack videos, you start watching their promos, it's the same thing over and over, right? It's the most respected rap league. It's the only stage that matters the most. If it don't happen there, it doesn't count, which is, you know, indirect shots to other battle leagues, right? Because a lot of people truly believe that if it doesn't happen on Smack stage, it doesn't count. And, you know, they believe that because, you know, you got the biggest, you know, viewership out there continuously saying that each and every single promo, right? And then you got It's ARP coming out of nowhere, not afraid of the Goliath, not afraid of their viewership, not afraid of, you know, everything it is they have to offer, and comes out with this card. Not only is Iron, you know, speaking of Iron Solomon is on that card as well, and he is going up against Big K. They got Danny Myers versus Pat State, and I'm rhyming accidentally. they got some insane battles, man. They got Big T going up against Ill Will. Just that whole entire card is just, you know, stacked up and down. Summer Madness 7, like I said, they got T-Rex versus Reed Dollars. The main event is Hitman Holla versus Tay-Rock. They have Math Hoffa versus Av, which I think is definitely a good battle. I'm a Math Hoffa fan. Definitely enjoy Math Hoffa. They have New Jersey Twerk versus DNA. They have Sue Surf versus Iron Solomon. They have T-Rex versus Reed Dollars, and then they have the main event. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's a win for both. I mean, it's a win for the culture, and that's what ARP is saying a lot, right? A lot of people are saying that, and this is why I begin more and more to respect ARP and his insight and how he delivers things and how he speaks, right? Because you hear you hear URL speak, and it's always the same thing. We're the best. If it doesn't happen here, it doesn't count. You know, we're pretty much better than everybody else, and that's not like the take that the rare breeds have. You know, they said before, like, competition is good for the culture. You know, this is something that's really good for everybody. The better the performance, the better the card that they have. Just, it's a win for the fans. You know, more so than anybody. And like, Beasley had an interview where somebody had mentioned, let me take a sip of this soda real quick, man. Beasley had an interview, I forgot where it was, and somebody had mentioned, would they ever collaborate with, damn it, man, I'm drawing a blank, the league from Canada. I can't, KOTD, King of the Dot. if they would ever do like a collaboration, and Beasley pretty much said it doesn't make sense. Like, why would we do that? You know, we're the biggest league. You know, it doesn't benefit us whatsoever. Like, we have 800,000 subscribers. They have, at the time, like 500,000. Like, we're just bringing our fan base to them. Like, what do they have to offer for? That's selfishness. You can't sit there and say it doesn't. Of course it benefits you. Like, let's say you have 800,000 subscribers and they have 500,000, right? That's a plus difference of 300,000, right? It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Let's say out of those 800,000 people, let's say half of them heard of King of the Dot, the other half didn't, and the half that did just, you know, either they're subscribed or not, but let's say half of them never heard of King of the Dot, right? Let's say out of 500,000, you can't assume everybody heard of URL, right? Let's say, let's not even say half. Let's say out of 500,000 people, let's say 70,000 never heard of URL, right? So obviously, if they collaborate, it's gonna benefit King of the Dot more, right? It is what it is because they have a bigger fan base. But out of, you know, the 70,000 people that never heard of URL, let's say just a small percentage, let's say 10,000 of them going on ahead, check out URL and really like what it is they see, and they subscribe and they start checking out battles. Let's say on the reverse side, let's say 80,000 people check out King of the Dot from URL side. They want and they subscribe and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, you shipped them 80,000 and you got shipped 10,000. So yeah, it benefits them way more. That's a plus. That's a plus minus of 70,000 people you helped them with. But that's still 10,000 people that never heard of you that now have because you collaborated, and it's good for the culture. But of course, you know, they're so in their Goliath stage that they can't be touched. You know, it's the only stage that matters. Saying things like it won't benefit us. Why would we do that? You know, we're not going to sit here and collaborate with somebody else because we have nothing to gain from it. We have nothing to gain from it. You have, you know, somebody like with ARP who is like, and I love arrogance. I love arrogance, which is why, like, I love Conor McGregor, love, you know, Mayweather. People that are arrogant, people that talk that talk and can back it up. You know, something about, you know, confidence and arrogance that I enjoy to a degree. It has to be, you know, it can't be total douchebaggery. But, you know, that, like, DNA was one of my favorite battle rappers when I was first discovering battle rap. And you know, when he talks interviews, like, he has a swag and arrogance about him that I enjoy. And like, I'll listen to ARP when he does his interviews and whatnot, and so articulate, very smart with it, very calculated, and you know, lets you know it's for the culture. And yeah, they're doing their thing, and yeah, they're bigger than everybody, but what are we supposed to do? Are we not supposed to, because they can throw a Summer Madness in August, are we not supposed to throw a card out? Are we not supposed to go on ahead and try to deliver a fantastic card for the culture because they're doing something in August? You know, so he goes on ahead and just says a lot of, and every time he talks, is nothing but respect to the other leagues, which is what I respect about him the most, is that he doesn't downgrade anybody. He doesn't sit there and want you to you know, believe that their card isn't good or it isn't worth purchasing. He'll sit there, and when he was dissecting cards, he both said, you know, out front, because, you know, he's a businessman. He does business with battlers from both leagues, so he doesn't want to go on ahead and say you shouldn't purchase T-Rex and Reed Dollars, you shouldn't purchase Tay-Rock and Hitman Holla, because those are potential business moves for him that he could have on his stage later on. So it's nothing but respect. You know, those are very good battles. Those are, you know, those are good matchups and whatnot. But, you know, he just goes on ahead and basically says, we're not backing down. We got this card that we believe is going to deliver. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be entertaining. Summer Madness 7 is doing this thing. That card is, you know, really good as well. And at the end of the day, who wins? Battle rap. At the end of the day, it's a win for both. Well, it's a win for everybody involved. You know, because again, if you are a fan of battle rap, you're probably going to get both pay-per-views, and you're probably going to be judging which one is bigger than the other. And, you got more people saying Summer Madness 7 is better just by volume because they're, a far bigger league. They have, again, 800,000 plus subscribers. I think they're getting close to like 900. And Rare Breeze has less than 100,000 subscribers. So naturally, just by volume, just by, acknowledgement, just by their fan base alone being far larger, a lot of people are going to be saying that. But when he had said, he had a clip, well, not a clip, but his last interview that he posted, which he was correct. He had said, we're not even supposed to be in the same breath as URL. You're talking somebody with 800,000 subscribers. You got little RBE with less than 100. Like, our card should never be even compared to a card like that, right? They're the only stage that matters. And he's not saying this. This is me saying this. They're the only stage that matters, right? If it doesn't happen there, it doesn't count. The world's most respected rap league, right? So they're not even supposed to have any type of competition. There should never be anybody saying, yo, that other card from this league is really good too. Which one am I going to get? Should I get both? Like, damn, I'm excited for both of them. That shouldn't happen because they're the world's most respected rap league, right? They're so dominant at everything, right? And what he was saying was correct, man. Like it's a win for RBE for them to even be mentioned, for people to even consider and break down the cards and say which one you think is going to be better is a win for RBE, because little RBE shouldn't be in that situation. And which he is correct, man. And I might do a review of the battles, man. For the first time, I've never done review battles. Like I may get Summer Madness 7. I may do it just to get reviews, man. But I already know that August 18th, my pay-per-view is already purchased. I'm looking for and which also I'm excited about as well, is that I hit up ARP on Twitter and I had said, hey, is there any chance, now what does a brother got to do for an interview? Because I see him doing interviews with other people and they don't have that big of an audience, right? I've seen him do like an hour interview with somebody that had like 600 subscribers. And to me, I'm like, yo, that's respect, man. He's going to take time out of his day to go on ahead and have an interview with somebody that doesn't have that large of an audience. So that just shows to me that, he didn't do that knowing like it would like truly benefit him. Like, yeah, he has, 100,000 subscribers. He's get 15,000 views per video. So this is going to help generate some interest towards, that video had like 60 views. And I said, no, wait a minute, I got a shot. I would love to have an interview and just talk to him. So I hit him up. He's like, hey, no problem, man. Follow me on Instagram, DM me, and we'll talk it and we'll figure something out, man. I got you. And I was pumped because I would love to be able to sit him down, pick his brain, and talk some battle rap with him. And I'm going to try to see if I could have that for you guys soon, for those of you who are in the battle rap. One thing I got to figure out, though, is how to DM on Instagram. I do have an Instagram, but I don't ever really use it. So I got to figure that out. But he did say that he would indeed have an interview with me, that we would set it up. I just got to DM him on Instagram, and he'll have that for me, which I think is dope. That shows a lot. Go on now. I don't want to compare the two, but if you want to go on ahead and hit up Smack when you want to have an interview and try to get that reply from him, good luck, man. But my man ARP, a man of the people. A man, no, I don't mean to throw shade on Smack like that, man. What he has done for battle rap, all jokes aside, what he has done has been huge. He has a very, very big contribute to battle rap, and nobody can take that away from him. Whether hate him, love him, whatever the case may be, you can't take away his contribution and what he put on and what he's able to do for the culture as a whole. It's very popular now. He has a lot to do with it, and so I can't sit here and say things like that just to throw shade on him. And he might do interviews with people with small followings. Who knows? I'm sure he does. But I just thought that was dope of ARP to even reach out and get back and say that he would. Again, I'm gonna try to get that going for you guys. Hopefully soon. Definitely before the pay-per-view drop. So if somebody knows how to DM on Instagram, let me know so I can hit them up and maybe we can get this for you guys maybe next week or 2 weeks from now or somewhere before August 18th, within the next month, within the next 30 days. I'd love for this to happen, get an interview with him and be able to talk with you guys, man. I don't know how many people follow battle rap like I do who watch me and support me, so I'm not really sure, but I do know that I'm heavily into it, and as the time goes by, the more and more I get into it, the more I'm really looking forward to it. And my goodness, the more I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to next month when we got these pay-per-views coming. Again, August 18th is already locked and loaded for me. Not sure if I'm gonna get it for Summer Madness 7 because the few battles that I'm interested in. Again, I'm not interested in the main event. I'm not really that big of a Hollow fan. Not that big of a Tay-Rock fan. Not that big of a Sue Surf fan. I would like to see Math Hoffa though. You know, I do get down with Math Hoffa. Like my favorites, like I'm very interested. I love DNA. You know, he's he's on there, so you know that provides some interest to me. But as far as the card as a whole, I'm more about some battles than I am like, wow, I got to check that out. And when it comes to the August 18th one, I bought the pay-per-view before I even knew the card. I didn't even know what the card was, but I just knew that Murder Mook was on it, and this is big for me. Like, I've been waiting and wanting to see Murder Mook back in that ring for such a long time. And now he's finally back out there, and I'm just gassed that it's coming. Then the main event, and then all the other battles that are listed on there. And again, this is something that is a win for battle rap as a whole. It's competition for URL, which they really needed, because again, the card that they put, even though I don't like Tay-Rock, even though I don't like Sue Surf, I'm not big fans of them. The card is ridiculous. The card is very good. From top to bottom, the card is good. I'm not going to sit there and say just because I don't like him, the card is bad. No, the card is good. The card is very good. Just because I'm not, particular fans of them, I'm not going to go on ahead and say the battles aren't good. The battles are good. I just personally think Rare Breed's card is better. Just the main event, the co-main event alone dwarfs any battle on Summer Madness 7 side. Like I said, there's not a single battle on Summer Madness 7 that I would watch over the battles on let me not say any battle, because I would rather watch the DNA battle over the Ill Will and Ill Will versus Big T battle and whatnot. But still, like, if both events dropped on the same day, like which they're only a week apart. But if they're uploaded, let's say I didn't purchase any of them, and they upload to YouTube the same day, both main events, I'm hitting up Rare Breeds first. Let's say co-main events, T-Rex and Reed Dollars drop the same day as Los and Daylight, I'm hitting up Rare Breeds first, man. There's only like 1 or 2 battles that I would hit up URL first for before Rare Breeds. And again, I just think that's great for the community as a whole, man. We, as battle rap culture, wins because hopefully they can continue, because their URL is doing pay-per-views damn near every month now, like almost every month. Because I purchased a few pay-per-views from them, and one thing I can't say I'm happy with, I've never purchased a Rare Breeds pay-per-view, but the 2 times I've purchased pay-per-views from URL was pretty bad. Like, it was always like a lot of freezing, a lot of you couldn't even log in right, a lot of, like, I had terrible experiences from both pay-per-views that I've purchased. I purchased 3 pay-per-views in my life. 2 of them were URL events, and one of them is when Cassidy came, and 4, because I bought the Buttons one too, the Total Slaughter. When Cassidy came back versus Disaster, I bought that pay-per-view, And I remember they were on stage and it got booed and it wasn't all that good. And then the next day they had it in the parking garage, and we got that one. We got to see that one free on pay-per-view. I bought that pay-per-view. I bought I forgot the name of the event, which one it was, but it was when Jazz got bodied by damn, what's her name, man? What's her name? I forgot, but you know that bar, Tom and Jerry, pop the Desi, please, Jazz. You afraid to even pop your cherry? Woo! That right there is one of the biggest body bags in the history of battle rap, boy. My lord, I forgot. Damn it, with Miss Hustle, right? No, was it? I forgot who it was, man. But anyways, that I bought that card. There was a lot of freezing, a lot of delays. I purchased Smack Volume 2 with Arse and Hollow. And when you went to Battle Watch, whatever it is, Battle Watch, whatever the hell the website is, like it took over an hour and a half for me to be able to log in. And once you did, like it already started with the O-Red and Cortez battle by the time I actually got, and I was trying to log in 30 minutes before the start time. So I had terrible experiences with URL. So hopefully they get it together, because you know their pay-per-views have been just, the quality for me has been not so good. I haven't purchased a Rare Breeds pay-per-view before. This will be my first one, so I'm hoping their quality is better. There's nothing more frustrating than, you know, logging on ready to see a battle, and then either you can't. I missed damn near half the battles on Smack Volume 2, and when I did, it was freezing and you know, it was just all types of things happening that just wasn't really good. But again, it's a win for the battle rap culture as a whole, because competition is going to make things better, and hopefully we could see more cards from top to bottom that are like, oh my god, this is crazy, because that's how it is in Summer Madness 7. Like, they got straight superstars up and down. Now, I'm not saying every card should be, you know, drizzled with superstars. Yeah, other people need their opportunities to be able to get to a point where they're a superstar, but ever so often you got to drop these type of cards that are disgusting, and they should be happening more often. And again, with URL doing pay-per-views damn near every month it seems like they're doing pay-per-views, man. You know the revenue they're bringing in. You know a lot of people are buying to see these, and a lot of people are really looking forward. I think they have the resources to do a lot more than they're doing, and they're not able. Not that they're not able to do that. It's like maybe they don't want to because they don't have to. You know, they can keep doing these, what I would like to think, you know, mediocre cards, you know, because there's not really big competition out there. But URL got some competition this month. Rare Breeze is stepping up and said, hold up, you ain't the only one that can do this. Not only are we going to have a disgusting card top to bottom, we potentially might have a better card. We potentially might have a better showing. We potentially may have the bigger main event, which I think is the bigger main event. We have, you know, what people have been trying to do for 4 years, took us 4 days to do. Nonetheless, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. Looking forward to hearing Murder Mook back in the ring. I think it's a big situation for him. He cannot have a bad showing. He cannot step in that ring and look terrible. He cannot have another performance where people are gonna be like this is it for him. This is it for him, man. If Mook has a bad showing, like his place in battle rap, whether to love him or hate him, whatever the case may be, is going to depend on this battle a lot. He cannot come out here and completely stink up the joint, because it's not going to be good for him and his legacy. It's not. You know, if Vegan Verb comes out, and that's another story. I don't believe you can't ask a vegan to kill a goat. That's a fact. That you can't ask a vegan to come out here and kill the goat, because vegans don't do that, man. But if A Verb comes out and demolishes Mook, which is possible. A lot of people are sleeping on Verb and act like the matchup isn't all that great, and Mook is always taking easy matchups. Mook just wants the bread to be there. It doesn't matter who it's going to be. He's going to come out and do what he does. You know, and I think A Verb has a lot to prove as well. We've seen when he battled Mickey Fax, how that went. You know, I feel like this is a big test for Verb. Verb hasn't really been the same lately, but he has to bring out "that's how you talk to your son" style verb. He has to come out and bring in rare form and try to absolutely dominate and make Mook falter from where his spot is in battle rap. He has to. When you get this opportunity to be in a ring with Mook, you have to just completely go all out. Now, Iron Solomon maybe thought he was going to try to do that, but he got destroyed. But it's just, whew, man, really looking forward to it, man. I cannot wait. Again, don't know how many battle rap fans I got out there. Not sure how many people are going to tune into this, man. But I, for one, am really, really, really excited. Looking forward to August. Cannot wait. Really hope that both cards are successful. I'm not going to sit here just because I'm definitely watching one over the other. If both cards are successful, if the fans leave Summer Madness 7 pay-per-view saying that card was fire, everything delivered, it was sensational, it was amazing, let's see how Rare Breeds does, and the fans leave that one saying that was fire, can't believe both of them were really, really, really good. You know, Summer Madness did a little better than Rare Breeds, or people saying Rare Breeds did a little better than Summer Madness. Whatever the case may be, it's a win for the battle rap fans because we get to sit back, do the Birdman hand rub, and feel like now we get to sit back and feel like they got to deliver this more often. Rare Breeds is putting pressure on them. Whether they may want to think so or not, I felt like they threw that trailer out there quickly, when I'm talking about URL, for a reason, because they know there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of momentum behind Rare Breeds right now. There's a lot of talk about Rare Breeds right now. And I know URL don't like that. I know they don't. So here we go. We're going to pull out our full trailer out before they finish all of their announcements. You know, they even put in one of their trailers that it was happening the same day Rare Breeds was having theirs on August 18th. You know, maybe just to stir up some things in the community. Who knows, whatever the case may be. But they know that they have a monster card ahead of them on August 18th. They know that. And I know for a fact they want to do better, right? They don't want to sit here and be outdone by little RBE. And this is where RBE was very strategical and masterful and smart with this. Again, the opportunity to have just Mook and Verb with a small undercard was possible, but they didn't want to do that. Like he had said, we wanted to come out with a bang. We could have just just announcing Mook alone created a lot of buzz in battle rap. Like, yo, he's back. You know, he's finally back after a 4-year hiatus. He's back. They could have threw, you know, a 3 battle undercard and just had the main event and just look for and just have that sell. And have that sell, I'm pretty sure, pretty well. But they didn't want to do that. They wanted to have a complete mega haul of a card. They wanted to go on ahead and have the World Cup of cards. Yeah, Summer Madness may have the Super Bowl, but RBE may be going, they may be going for the World Cup. Because this card is disgusting. And I'm looking forward to both, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know in the comment section, man, your thoughts and opinions on what card, which ones you think are better, which ones you're looking forward to. Again, both of them are really, really, really good. And again, it's a win for battle rap as a whole. We can all sit back and feel like, you know, if ARP can continue to now this puts pressure on them too, because this is going to put a lot of eyeballs on their league. This is going to put a lot of pressure on them to continue delivering, you know, monster type cards, or not even type cards, because you can't expect monster cards all the time. I think once a year a full bang out monster card like this should be done, at least once a year. But maybe just big headlines, you know, very big battles. Because you can't go from this mega card to then, you know, your next big battle be, you know, something that doesn't even, you know, make sense. You know, you got, you know, a few, like what should be on undercard main event. Like, you can't go from Murder Mook and then your next, you know, headline is something crazy. You know, like you can't. They got to continue delivering at a high pace, because this is going to bring a lot of eyeballs to this organization. And this is where, you know, this is what they want, you know, and they gotta be able to deliver from here, because I feel like August 18th, their card is going to deliver. and it's going to be crazy. And they got to continue delivering from here. And URL, you got to continue, you know, not allowing them to put pressure on you. You got to continue to try and separate yourself from every other league. And RBE says, we ain't having it, man. We're going to come out here and we're going to let you know that you're not the only people out here. We too can deliver masterful cards. You know, we too can have, you know, disgusting pay-per-views, and we too are here. So a win for Battle Rap as a whole. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Messy Boy GS. We're going to go on ahead and be signing out. Peace.